competitive internationally, and we have a more progressive tax system than we do today than we did in 2010.
But investment income has now doubled over the course of this century to about £80 billion. If you are a rich individual, maybe you're on a couple of million a year, when you file your tax return, you will be paying a tax rate of about 22%. That is much lower than 1 in 5 taxpayers today. Surely that is morally wrong.
I think it was Gordon Brown, actually, who was the Chancellor who reduced the rate of capital gains tax.
But we're not talking about Gordon Brown, we're talking about you.
Well, no, I'm just making the point that the person who made the change in our tax system, which has now persisted for a long period of time...
But you've been both Chancellor and Prime Minister. You've had plenty of latitude to restore what you say is fairness to the tax system. I'm curious as to why you haven't done it.
I don't think there is, and again, I'm not going to comment on tax policy specifically, that wouldn't be appropriate, but broadly I'm just making the point when it comes to capital gains tax, it was Gordon Brown who first reduced the rate of capital gains tax significantly below income tax, and that has persisted as a feature of the tax system from that moment through to today, and actually it has been increased for those on second properties, for example.
We've got wealth inequality that has gone up, not down. We've got the top 1% multiplying their wealth 31 times faster than everybody else. And you appear to be defending a tax system that means that those who take their income in the form of investment pay half the rate of tax of everybody else. That just doesn't seem morally right.
I believe actually, perhaps you were in the Treasury at the time when that tax system was instituted.
To be fair, that was 13 years ago, and wealth inequality has multiplied substantially since then.
So it wasn't morally wrong then, but it's morally wrong now.
Well, wealth inequality is now a much more serious problem than it was in 2010.
Okay, well, look, fair enough if you've changed your mind on it, but you were in the Treasury at the time.
And so, yes, it's perfectly legitimate to change one.
As I said, the capital gains tax system, the main change that has been made to it since then is to have a higher rate of capital gains tax for second properties, for example. So actually it is even more progressive today than it was when you were in the Treasury, partly in charge of the tax system with the then Chancellor.
Sir Stephen Timms for the Work and Pensions Committee.
Thank you. Mr. You'll have seen